Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 86 of Two Left Thumbs, your source of weekly gaming news and updates. In this week's episode, we will be talking about Valorant maybe coming to console, Sony copping an absolutely massive fine, the PlayStation 5 games event coming up in the next couple of days, and we may be getting a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 announcement very shortly. We also have all the best weekly deals and freebies across all range of publishers and all game platforms. Remember, if you're listening to this, don't forget to send me some English lessons. Oh, that would be fantastic. But while you're doing that, you can also share the podcast around, tell a friend, sub to us on YouTube, and really help us get out there and get into more ears. I'm Deft Puppies. Joined with me as always is the wonderful, the Bushman himself, the crocodile wrestler, great Aussie gamer.
Crocodile wrestler, no thanks.
And also with us tonight, special guest, WhippyXD. Dude, how are you?
What's going on, guys? How you going?
Yeah, good.
What's happening? What do you know?
Oh, not much, eh? Just work, and more work. And it seems to get busier and busier.
Yeah, well, that generally does happen. At least, you are working though.
There is that. Where everyone else is getting quiet, we're all getting busier, so
yeah,
kind of benefits in a way.
Fair enough. What do you do for a real world job outside of gaming?
In the most simple way I can explain it, I pretty much work on like ex-mining equipment and construction equipment and agricultural equipment. We pretty much anything that's been flogged out, they come into us. We pull them apart, fix them, paint them, put them back together, and send them.
Ah, okay. Fair. Are you a boilermaker by trade or something?
No, I'm a cabinet maker by trade, but I got sick of doing that, so just a trade assistant at the moment.
Makes sense. Very nice.
So, Whippy, for the people that are listening and who may not know who you are, tell us about you, what you do in the gaming space and all that. Give us the rundown, elevator pitch.
Well, I try and stream as much as I possibly can, which is generally once a week because just work and everything, I'm drained. Right into my gaming, racing games and all that sort of thing. But I'm into a vast genre, like most genres I'll dive into. There's certain ones I won't dive into, but there's a lot that I'll play.
Like horror ones, like Puppy's Ear?
Yeah, I love all the horror games and all that sort of thing. The games I can't really get into is like Final Fantasy and all that sort of stuff. Like I like that sort of. I like.
Ray doesn't like you already.
Get out.
I like that. I like the aspect of the game. It's just I don't know why. I've tried playing it a couple of times and I just can't get into it. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, they.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm much the same with it, man. I'm kind of can take it or leave them, to be honest. You know,
my theory with the game is it's somewhat like a TV show or a movie. If I'm not getting dragged into the game, I somewhat start losing interest. Like I tried doing a let's play for that the new WWE 2K20, and the campaign was so boring on it, and it was so repetitive. I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'll just play it, fight for fun.
Is that the wrestling one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Man, I used to love the wrestling ones back in the day. I can't remember what they were called, but I used to fucking just ridiculous amount of hours like playing couch co-op with those things. Never stuck with them though. Eventually.
Cool. Sorry, just fixing some stuff up. Don't mind me at all. So you stream on Mixer, right, Whippy?
Yeah. Yep. I've streamed on Mixer since the end of 2018, I think it was. I moved over.
Nice. Gray. You've been playing this week, man.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Fucking done.
Oh, we lost Whippy.
Oh, he's gone.
He's dropped out. He's gone.
Technical issues. Please stand by. It's also not screwed up anything on the video, so don't mind that at all. So while we wait for Whippy Gray, what have you been up to, man? What have you been doing aside from going bush?
And that's all I have been doing, actually.
That's all you have done, is it?
Yeah, no, I played a little bit of more Tarkov. It's irritating because I really, really, really want to get into it. Like, I just want to sit down for like 2 days, 3 days straight and just really get into it and concentrate on it and develop the skills a bit more than what I have at the moment. So it is hard being only able to jump in for an hour or two at a time, which I only played maybe an hour or so. A few of the lads jumped in the Discord the other week, and we played. Got a few good games in, but yeah, I spent most of my week away this week, off camping the northern end of Australia. Yeah,
playing the game of life.
The game of life, all right. It was an amazing spot though. It was really good to get away for a few days. No service, none of that. No people, no anything. Just wild crocodiles and one big snake to deal with. That was it.
All right.
It was pretty easy. I got to cross my my first one of the main rivers up here. It's like one of the most crocodile infested rivers in Australia. I got to drive across that with like half a meter of water on it, which was interesting.
I can imagine it would have been, yeah.
I love Optus internet. It's the best internet ever.
Don't you worry about internet issues, mate, on this podcast.
Yeah,
I haven't
has them
all
the
time.
Absolute space.
All the time.
I watched everything freeze and then my internet dropped. I was like, yeah, this is a great way to start.
How do you go streaming with that? Because I had to stop. I literally had to stop streaming because of it.
For some reason, it has its good and bad. I don't know if it's because the router is too far away that it's like the connection's getting too weak. I'm going to get a range extender and see if that's going to fix it. But
you're on Wi-Fi for it.
Yeah, well, I can't unless I'd set up in the garage. I can't, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, just go buy a 50-meter LAN cable, mate. I did that. It's just saved me so much better with it. And just run it. I just run it along the roof out of the way.
Yeah, yep.
Very underground would be fine. All right, that's how it all. That's how it all works.
Generally,
right? Generally. Yeah. So,
what about
me?
Yeah. Have you been playing any games?
Fucking nothing, mate. Absolutely nothing. No. So I've played a few games this week. I finally finished Uncharted 3. I'm halfway through Uncharted 4.
Big difference between 3 to 4.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive difference. Like, you can get out of a cover without having to, like, leap.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. Also, that end chase sequence in 3... Fuck that camera angle change. Naughty Dogs, I swear to God. If you're going to do a camera angle change, stick to it during the entire chase scene. Don't switch on me halfway when I'm trying to do a jump and it fucks up my perception and I end up launching myself off a cliff. Like when you're on the crumbly rocks bit, and like it's kind of behind you and you're right, cool. And then it's beside you and then you have to make a right-hand turn and then the camera changes just as you're trying to make a jump. And there's like moving boulders and shit you've got to jump onto, and it's been a while since I played it, but I do have a memory of that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you.
It was not ideal, but yeah, the difference between Uncharted 4 and Uncharted 3 is huge. I mean, given the time between them,
they punched out the Last of Us in between that, so I think
they had a bit of a break, but they came back. It looks beautiful. Works a lot better, like functionally. There's a lot of improvements there, which is really, really good to see. And yeah, solid all around.
What else are you into?
I've been playing some Valorant.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
I haven't had a chance. Talk to me.
It's good. I like it. My biggest issue with it is the rounds are super long. Like there's 13 rounds to a match.
Fuck.
So if you when I played some, I mean I've played some. Like I've probably played like maybe 4 or 5 hours, and maybe that's like 3 or 4 fucking matches. So yeah, there's 13 rounds. You switch 7. Again, very CS:GO-y with Overwatch-esque kind of hero shooter style things going on. Mechanically works fine. Some of the heroes that I've played so far have been really interesting. There's a healer. There's a guy that shoots fireballs and can blind people around corners, and I've just unlocked a poison styled character, so she's like a poison cloud and stuff like that, so you can lock down hallways and
so
entry
you
points
don't
and
have
stuff
all.
like that.
So you don't have all the characters to start with.
No. So the way the system works is you get access to about 4 or 5 to start with, and then on your the battle pass situation there is kind of weird. So you can unlock 2 free. After that, I think you have to pay for the premium battle pass to unlock different characters. But the ones you get give you every different style of character. So they basically have the same kind of set. It's just a different.
So there's a. Okay. I should have guessed that there was a battle pass involved. Being a free-to-play game.
I think like every game does that now. That they like, you don't have to pay for this, but if you pay for a battle pass, you can get this. And it's like, everyone wants that.
It is definitely a trend that is sticking with
the monetization world we live in right now is not fun at all.
No, but I'm not too. I don't mind battle passes too much. As long as it's done right.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't sunk my teeth into really looking through the battle pass and seeing how it exactly works. It's all very kind of convoluted. Like there's a currency there that I can't find that you've got to buy things with, but I can't find it anywhere in the store. So I'm assuming it's a premium currency that they haven't unlocked yet, possibly. I'm not sure.
It could be waiting to see how all the reviews and everything go first, and then they
maybe.
Here's the currency to use.
But gameplay wise, it plays solid. Connections are always good. It's region locked at the moment. I'm not sure if it'll stay that way or not, but it's region locked as it is. So I'm only getting matches with people in Australia, which is great.
Was it quick though, or were you struggling to find games?
No, it wasn't too bad. Like, I played solo for a few hours, and then I played in a group for a few hours as well. Both times, maybe a couple of minutes between matches. That give you enough time to kind of dick around with the characters and stuff like that. But it was never exceedingly long before you were thrown back into a match.
Yeah, okay.
The only issue with the matchmaking is there's no join in. So if someone gets booted or someone leaves, you're down that team member for the rest of the 13 matches.
That's got to make it exceptionally fucking hard to win, doesn't it?
Not really.
No? How?
I mean, if you were down one, I haven't had it happen yet, but if you were down one, I could imagine that you'd just guess we're getting steamrolled now.
How much is teamwork a big factor in it, like voice comms and stuff like that, or is it able to be like solo and still get through it?
There's a ping system in there, which is good. Voice comms are fantastic; they're really smooth. It's just you have push to talk on or leave it open, whichever normal kind of stuff. But it works fine. It's I think the standard push to talk is V, so you hit that, you make your call.
Yeah, but is the gameplay built around that? Like for a casual person who wants to jump in and play, who generally might not want to talk to a bunch of strangers on there and get really grindy and serious about it, can they jump in and play and still win some games, or is it
definitely, yeah. There's like I said, there's a ping system in there. You can use to ping enemy locations, things like that. So if you don't want to use voice comms, you can totally get away with it. Like when I was playing solo, I never used voice comms, so it worked. It worked fine. It was smooth. It wasn't a pain in the ass to do either. It was just simple button click to tag, and that was it. But yeah,
fair enough.
Had fun with it. It was good.
Yeah, you gonna stick with it? You think you're gonna stay in there? Are you gonna dabble and are you gonna go pro?
I mean,
who are you gonna sign with?
I'm already a pro, so let's be honest. That's where we're at. No, it's something I'll dabble in with people occasionally, or if I've got a spare hour, I'll play a couple of rounds. It was just kind of there, and I'll play it. I don't think I'll be committing to it long term at all, but still an enjoyable time to be had there. Especially more so with people like solo. It's fine. It's great. You can improve your skills, and it's helping me a lot with my mouse accuracy and stuff like that, which is always handy. But yeah, it's good. It's not blowing me out of the water, but solid gameplay experience. So
get your skills up to jump back into Tarkov with me.
Yeah, well, that's the plan, I think.
Come and escape from Tarkov with me, mate. Bring your Valorant skills.
Bring my Valorant skills. My 360 no scopes will be fine.
Ladder stalls all the way. Anything else to kick off your week?
I did buy Breath of the Wild. Haven't started it yet because I mistakenly bought my wife Animal Crossing at the same time. We only have one Switch. So I'm probably not going to be. I'm not going to be playing that for a few weeks. We had I traded in a couple of the old Switch games I wasn't playing, Pokemon and stuff like that. And there's a place, I can't remember the name of it now, that does trade-ins, and it works on the value of demand. And because Switch games and stuff are really popular right now and really in high demand, the trade value was higher. So I got like $60 for each game trade-in value.
Really?
Yeah, really. So I traded those two in, put in $20 and got 2 games. It's fucking great.
You should have gone to EB Games and got like 2 cents per game.
I've not thought about it, but this guy was honest. This guy was literally closer.
I quickly dismissed it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Whippy? You been playing any games this week, man?
I did dive into. Now I can't even think of what it's called. Fight Night Champions, which is. It was on the Xbox 360. It was just a boxing game, but for some reason I've dived right back into that and started playing it.
I used to play the shit out of the Fight Night series. Loved it.
Heard of it. Talk me through it. What's the gameplay like? What's the whole, I mean, it's a fighting game, obviously, but
it's more or less just boxing. Like I'm playing the championship mode at the moment, so yeah, it's an actual campaign that you follow a boxer called Andre Bishop. And you pretty much, the story behind it's got a really good storyline to it, but the actual fighting in the game is really good. Like, you actually got to think about what you're doing or you're going to get knocked out, sort of thing. Like, you actually got to, and if you chain moves together, then you got more chance of knocking them out. And if you do something cool, then it goes slow-mo, and like the slow-mo videos are awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
It's
just a game it's just one of those games where I think you play the campaign and then after that you'll just go and jump in and fight, because they've got all the boxers like Muhammad Ali's on there and Mike Tyson's on there. Like, you can go and jump in and just have a bit of fun if you're bored one day, I guess.
Very nice. So, with that, we come to probably our favourite part of the night when we have a guest on. Where we ask you a whole heap of questions really fast, and you answer them really fast, and we try and trip you up on shit, because that's why we're doing this. So without further ado, Whippy, are you ready for fast thumbs?
I hope so.
Alright, well, here we go. Fast thumbs. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
What is your dream job?
Air Force.
Favorite quote from a video game?
Oh God. I know the one I like. It's not from an actual video. Like, it's at the end of a video game. I can't think what it is. It's at the end of Medal of Honor. It's got like a quote that goes across the screen, but I can't think of what it is.
Okay. Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook?
Mixer.
First console?
Nintendo 64.
Game of the year this year?
Oh. Did it have to come out this year?
Yes.
I mean, so far probably Animal Crossing, because I think that's what come out.
Inverted controller?
No.
Oh, come on.
Favorite genre in gaming?
Racing.
If you had to play one game forever, what would it be?
Probably Forza Horizon.
Who is your number one content creator?
Probably at the moment the Sidemen. I don't know why, but I've been watching them every week.
If you were offered a promotion on your channel, what would make you refuse it? What product would you refuse to promote?
Probably any of the energy drinks that they say like G Fuel and all that. I think they're just a
Solid.
placebo.
Solid
Yeah,
choice.
well done. Good
Well
good
done.
work.
Good
Yeah,
work.
we stick with that well. That
Favorite
and
generation?
we'll take that and Raid Shadow Legends.
Yep. Favorite generation?
Like age generation or consoles or
Console.
I think my favorite probably was my PS2. I love that. I don't know why.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I think I've eaten some weird shit.
Oh god,
Well,
here
this
we
should
go.
be fucking
is
interesting then.
I think one of the things we had at an Asian restaurant one time was cow's tongue. I think it was cow's tongue. That was probably the weirdest thing I could think of.
Nice. What would you do with your 15 minutes of fame?
Probably make an absolute idiot of myself.
Solid plan. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be and who would play you?
Bloody hell, that would be a boring movie. Probably a comedy, and I don't know who'd play me.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll do. Use one word to describe your gaming ability.
Noob.
Best game played this year?
My gameplay or just in general?
Yours. What's the best game that you've played?
Best game this year that I started playing was probably iRacing. I started playing that this year. I'm really enjoying that.
PlayStation or Xbox?
I've got both, but I prefer my Xbox.
And for our final question, where is Wally?
I don't know, somewhere.
Whippy, you have succeeded. You have passed the gauntlet. Thank you for joining in for Fast Thumbs. Now, gentlemen, should we get on to the freebies and deals this week?
Let's go and do it, shall we?
Go and do it. All right. So, on the PlayStation Plus this week, we have COD World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2, same as last week. PSN deals, we have Persona 5 for $59.97 and Prototype Biohazard Bundle, which is both the prototype games, for $32.46. Both of those, like the prototype bundle there, that's worth. I saw them like, oh, nostalgia. That game is so fucking good.
I remember. Do you remember when those came out? The whole prototype versus Infamous thing, because they pretty much released it at the same time.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I was I'd never really heard of Infamous, but I was definitely a prototype boy for sure.
Yeah.
See, I'm the
because
complete
one was
opposite.
pretty much associated more with Xbox, and the other one was associated with PlayStation. But
I never got into
Prototype came out.
prototype. I never got into prototype. I was always into Infamous.
Yeah, I was both. I played both, but I didn't like the second prototype very much.
Yeah, the second one definitely wasn't as good as the first, but
No.
still fun though. Just going
That's
around.
like Infamous though. It was like it had, I think on PS4 or 3 or whatever, it had First Son or whatever, which was actually a really good game. Then they had the whatever the one after that was about. It was all like neon lights and shit, and the game was so
Second Son
short.
and
And
First Light.
it's like no, okay.
Yeah, but that's First Light was a DLC. It was just a standalone DLC that they released like a year afterwards. It was it's actually a really good DLC just for a standalone game because you don't need the first one to or any Infamous game to play. You can just buy it, and just get a good taste of it of what the game's like. You play as one of the other side characters with a different power.
Oh, cool. Over on Xbox this week, our Game Pass pick of the week is Alan Wake, which has been there since May 21st. It recently had its 10th anniversary.
Yep.
So it's dropped on Game Pass. It was also for an Epic for a little while there, but fantastic game to play. Really, really good story, really interesting. And with Control out now and it releasing DLC soonish, probably perfect time to get into it. Or is it already out?
It's already out. The Foundation
Already
DLC
out.
came out.
Foundation DLC.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. I need to get through and play Control one day. Over on Games with Gold this week, we have Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor Martyr, Destroy All Humans, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Deals with Gold this week, we have Stellaris Console Edition for $16, and Think of the Children for $1.94. Think of the Children. So Think of the Children is a.
I always just see as that fucking Flanders' wife off The Simpsons screaming, "Think of the Children." That's all I think of every time.
It's a parenting simulator. It's very gameplay wise. It's based very similar to like Moving Out and Overcooked. So you have a park or an area, and the story is your parents who are proving that you're good parents and not bad parents, so you don't get sent to prison. And you have to manage your children in these situations, and you have to try and keep them out of danger. There's like strangers rolling up in vans and jellyfish on the beach and just and ponds and shits. It just looks chaotic. It's a couch co-op game up to 4 players. Looks like a lot of fun though, especially for $2. It'll give you good laughs for a few nights.
Yeah.
Over on the Switch this week, we have Broken Lines, which is a story-driven, turn-based tactical RPG set in an alternate history version of World War II. It's about a group of 8 soldiers who crash-landed behind enemy lines. It's up to you to lead them home while fending off the enemy and helping them deal with the horrors of war.
That sounds interesting.
It is really good. This is one that Stormy, who's been on the cast before, highly recommends as a turn-based tactical. He said it's really, really good. It's a little different too. It's not like XCOM Gears. So the way the turn system work is you make all your moves and plot them all out, and everyone moves at once.
Oh, okay.
So if you all move at once, it can be a little frustrating as well, because if you all move at once, the enemy moves at once as well, and it could screw up all your plans. But you've got to try and account for that as well. So it's kind of the extra layer of strategy there when you're kind of planning out situations. But for $20, it's a solid game. Really, really good. It'd be interesting to see how it plays on the Switch too. Interesting. Over on the Epic Store this week, our freebie is Overcooked. I think
is that it?
Before. Yeah, just Overcooked this week.
Jesus, Epic. Get better with it.
I mean, to be fair, they've had some absolute crackers the last.
I think they've something like a couple of $1,000s worth of video games already.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. They can have a shitty week.
They can have a shitty week. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, Overcooked by no means is bad, but 2 is definitely better because it's got online play, whereas Overcooked 1 doesn't. It's only couch co-op. So playing that on a PC, again, a little weird with 2 people. Yep. But still a fun game all around. Right. On to news and updates this week. First story off the rank, Valorant may be coming to console. In a new interview, executive producer Anna Dolan admitted that while Riot was in the midst of prototyping the game on console right now, the team wasn't entirely sure Valorant translates completely to console play. Consequently, a console port would only be viable if the studio thinks it can achieve the same strong level of competitive integrity that it delivers on PC. She said, We're definitely prototyping it right now, but there is a way to play this game and there's a way to experience this game that we're not entirely sure translates completely to console play. If we feel like we can deliver this experience on those platforms, we absolutely will. Donlan added, but we really want Valorant to stand out for a certain type of gameplay and a certain type of experience. It's not a no for sure, she added, but the team is definitely excited of the idea of getting it onto the consoles. And if they were to do it, it would be delayed.
Yeah. I don't know. You're the only one who's played it out of us. So
I mean,
how would it handle on console?
I think it'd be okay. Like the
and obviously, when they're referencing this, they're talking about the controls, aren't they? Not performance.
I think it definitely wouldn't be performance. It's very basic aesthetically. I think it comes down to not the control, like the control layout, but the control itself, because it is a very precise kind of game. So they wouldn't want to wreck it by adding aim assist or bullet magnetism, because none of that's really in there. I think that's what be kind of they're erring on is because it's a very precise, exact game, and if they put it to console, they'd have to change how that works, which is fair. I'd love to see it on console though. Like controller button map wise, it wouldn't be too bad. Like there's plenty of space on for what you only have like 3 abilities and a grenade. Oh, three abilities and a melee, and then your gun switch and stuff. So it would be controller wise, it'd be easy enough to do. It's just I think it's going to be that precision gameplay feel.
So, right. Going to try. There's not crazy ass like keyboard, because we were having a conversation the other night in Discord about Tarkov trying to go to consoles and just like how would you actually even physically get that to work? Not just performance wise, because I'm sure they could do that, but getting it to use a controller to play that would just be fucking brutal. So that's what
painful, I was man. You'd have menus within menus for that shit.
Oh,
double clicks and combos, and it'd be wild.
It'd be pretty. It'd be pretty rough.
Functionally wise, it could work. It just depends on again if they can get that feel right of that very precise shooting, nailing that.
I mean, they could probably they could probably go the other way and not have it cross-play with PC.
Yeah, you could have it as a separate thing.
Maybe they want to see how much money it makes from it. I mean, if it turns into a huge thing on PC, you're pretty well guaranteed they're going to try their best to go slap that over on console, where they've got, it's so many more opportunities to make more money than they would have it on the PC market.
Yeah, definitely.
I am actually I did not know that it wasn't even on console. I thought it was going to console. I thought it was going everywhere. Like
I originally thought it was.
Just on your fucking phone.
It's only on. When I started playing, I was like, is this on console as well? Like, no, it's just PC. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Interesting if they brought it over though, for sure.
Whippy, are you keen on this game? Do you like it? What do you think of it? I think he might be muted.
He might be muted. Oh. Technical difficulties.
Alright, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
I'm definitely keen on the game. I haven't downloaded it yet. I was actually thought it was coming to console too. When they said they'll bring it to Australia, I jumped on the Xbox to see if it was on the shop. And all I could find was some strategy guide thing you could download.
So they got to have something on there, I guess.
Yeah.
So have you got a gaming PC?
Yeah. I've got a game PC. I just haven't downloaded it yet. I will end up downloading though, because it looks like it's be some good fun. When I first looked at it, I like what Puppy said before. I definitely saw like a kind of Overwatch CS:GO sort of blended together sort of thing.
Yeah, it's the vibe it gives off for sure. Not too sure. I don't know. I might try it. I'll see. I'm not that much into it, I don't think. I don't really do CS:GO or anything like that. I don't enjoy that style of game.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we shall see.
Shall see. On to our next story. Sony has copped an absolutely massive fine. So Sony Europe has been ordered to pay 3.5 million Australian in penalties by the Australian Federal Court for making false and misleading representations on its website about digital refunds. The action filed by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the ACCC, in May last year alleged Sony had acted falsely in various counts by denying customers the right to refund for faulty digital games. The ACCC alleged that from October 2017 to May 2019, Sony Europe's terms of service implied that the users did not have consumer guaranteed rights regarding the quality, functionality, completeness, accuracy, or performance for any digital games that they had purchased. The federal court found the terms of service to be false, as these guarantees could not be excluded, restricted, or modified. At the same time, the court ruled Sony made misleading representations for 4 consumers who believed they had purchased faulty PlayStation games. The consumers who had sought a refund for faulty games were told by Sony representatives, that it did not have to provide refunds for games that had been downloaded or if 14 days had passed since the purchase. The court also declared Sony Europe breached Australian consumer law by telling one of the 4 customers it did not have to provide a refund unless the game developer authorized it, and by telling a 5th customer that Sony Europe could provide a refund using virtual PlayStation currency instead of money. Now, I think this started, I think it was around Fallout 76.
It was,
yeah.
I wonder why.
Hey?
Everyone got that fucking game brought everyone undone. Sony getting in shit, EB Games got in shit. You know,
Bethesda may have gotten a tiny bit of shit. Todd Howard was in a touch of trouble as well. You know,
just a little bit.
You know,
I would love to see consoles get a better refund policy and a more streamlined process to their refund policy. The same as Steam handles it. Steam handle it really well. It's near automated in some instances, and I think Epic are doing the same thing eventually. Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried to return a digital game, I don't think. So I haven't got any experience in it on what it's like to return one on console. I just would have assumed not even to bother, just because I thought it'd be hard.
I've never even attempted to refund a game. Like, I've done it on Steam a couple of times, but never on console. I figure you buy a game day one, there's going to be bugs in it. So,
yeah, exactly. But it's like Steam, even on Steam, though, you can like buy a game day one, and if you don't enjoy it, your first hour, max 2 hours, I think it is, you can return it. Obviously, I don't know, you can get your money back as well. You can get your money refunded all the way back, or just get Steam credit. That is definitely, like, I don't know about Xbox, but you definitely can't do that on a PlayStation or a Nintendo. So,
yeah, I don't know if there is an actual refund thing on the Xbox.
Isn't there?
I've never seen one. There might be. I've never actually looked into it.
I've used it before.
So how's the refund policy work on the Xbox One? Because the Sony one's shit.
I think it's through the website.
And Nintendo.
Not through the Microsoft Store, not through the Xbox itself. So you have to go to the website to claim the refund. I think there could be a way to do it through the thing, but I think the website was the easiest way for me to do it.
I think they just need to do what Steam do. Just streamline that whole thing in there. And even if it's the money is only refunded back into a wallet that's for the certain currency, then so be it. That way you're still keeping the money on your platform. You're going to spend the money again elsewhere just because you didn't like the game after an hour or two. I don't know why they don't do it. There's probably some reason. Hopefully they change it.
Hopefully, yeah. So, speaking of Sony, our next story also involves stories, but Sony heavy this week because they have a lot going on. This one's a little bit more positive. Looking like we might get a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 announcement very, very soon. So it's looking more likely that we'll get a Horizon Zero Dawn video game sequel, or the game will get a sequel. We're going to get an announcement at the PS5 reveal event. When PlayStation announced the event on Twitter, 2 Horizon Zero Dawn developers individually retweeted a tweet and made comments seemingly teasing the video game sequel announcement. One tweet belonged to lead animator Richard Odd, while the other belonged to senior quest designer Blake Rabouche. Both tweets happened soon after Sony made the announcement of the PS5 showcase, and both tweets ended up getting deleted after. Rabouche's tweet was much sparser than Odd's, but it had a lot more revealing. Instead of asking fans to mark their calendar, he simply said, "Join us," which made it sound as though the Guerrilla Games were going to be part of the PlayStation 5 reveal event. It's not an outright confirmation, of course, but it's still an interesting choice of words regarding a function that plans to reveal PlayStation 5 launch titles.
Yeah, this one will have to be there, I think.
It's got to be. I think this would be like their big tech demo one too. It'd be like their.
I think this would be the one they close their show out with, their keynote. It's an hour long. Yeah, I think it's an hour long show.
Yeah.
And this would probably be their most, like, Spider-Man 2 wouldn't be ready. Yeah, God of War wouldn't be ready. Naughty Dog are doing their thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would say this is their other big hitter, and you'd close the show. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we've spoken about Horizon Zero Dawn many times on this podcast. It's a fucking amazing game.
Sick game. I've been holding out too because I really want the PC version. I have the PlayStation version on me, but I was like, I kind of want to wait. And I was talking to someone on Twitter, and they reckon probably won't be released until we get the second one on PC, which would make sense. Announce it, release the PC version of Horizon Zero Dawn, and then have the second one come out shortly after or something. So
I wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't even release it on PC. You would release the first one on PC and then keep this one locked to PS5.
Oh yeah, the first one on PC, then lock the other one to PS5. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I wasn't talking about the second one at all.
Oh, okay. No,
yeah. The first one, yeah.
It's hard to talk about because you haven't played it, and I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
The game's fucking amazing. The ending is sick. The whole game is sick.
I watched. I think I watched Static play some chunks of it, but it looked really good.
Static loved it.
Loved this game. He did, yeah. You're muted again, buddy.
Whippy hasn't played it.
Still nothing, buddy.
It'd be great to talk about it more with you. You should just hurry up and play it. No, I would. No, you're right. Save it. Don't play it. Play it on PC because it'll play a hell of a lot better. Not that it did not play better, but it was 1080 30. It was pretty solid from what I remember. I
mean, for the most part, it's going to be graphical improvements. I just want to play the prettier game, and because I'll be streaming it, I hate streaming off the PS4. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to save for the PC and get that much better, cleaner experience, and not mar it with me wearing 3 sets of headphones and having like the volume really quiet. I don't know why the PlayStation comes through really quiet on through the controller for me. It's the bizarrest thing. But yeah, it'd be good.
It will be. You did skip one that does pretty well tie into this very well.
Did I? I did too. Hang on. Sorry, we had some issues with the live cast. Like we weren't actually live because I hadn't hit a button. So, leading on from that, Sony's delayed PlayStation 5 games event will now take place this week. Only recently delayed. Its PlayStation 5 reveal focused on games, and now it has rescheduled for a new date coming this week. After it was leaked through a Twitch ad that it was displayed early, Sony officially announced the PS5 event will take place on June 12th, 6 a.m. AEST, which is June 11th, midnight PDT, I think, from memory.
Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday morning. The broadcast will be streamed in 1080p and 30 frames per second, which is notable because 4K and frame rates of upwards of 60 FPS may be required to fully showcase what the PS5 has to offer. But Sony said in a PlayStation blog post, this eased the show's production process during a time when many of our team and developers are working from home. The games you'll see on Thursday will look even better when you play them on PlayStation 5 with a 4K TV, as you'd expect. Sony also encouraged viewers to watch with headphone, as there's some cool audio work in the show and it might be harder to appreciate if it's pumped through your phone or laptop speakers, the post said. No further details were shared, but Sony has previously touted that the PS5 will offer an evolution in sound.
I'm surprised that they haven't said, hey, watch it on our Sony TV with the Sony headphones and Sony this and Sony that. Everything's got to be Sony.
Yeah, you would think so, but they've done pretty well in splitting off PlayStation from Sony.
They have.
They don't really mingle them too much together because I think they've become their own things. Obviously,
the PlayStation they've announced the PlayStation is now the PlayStation Gaming is like its own thing now. I can't remember what they call it exactly. Yeah. They rebranded it.
It's pretty much propping up all of Sony is the PlayStation side of things. 1080 30 is odd. Again, I don't know why not 60 or higher. Like that again.
Apparently, I mean, it could be like really cheeky corporate speak for this is all we could do because of the situation at hand. Everyone, we understand, but this is actually what we're getting. Like the old Ubisoft trick, actual gameplay, but not really.
Oh no, they'll show gameplay. They're not.
No, not that one. Remember the Division when there was that serious downgrade in the graphics.
Oh,
Yeah, there's their way to get around it. No,
but
I'm sure it'll look good.
You can't do that with just the the upload resolution because is it live streamed or is it it's pre-recorded?
It's live streamed, and you can live stream in 4K. It takes a bit of computing power, but yeah, I mean 1080 60 would have been. I mean, I can do 1080 60. It's setting some buttons, and that's it. So
yeah. I do it'd be good if they didn't, and they didn't, but I understand also because you guarantee most people are watching this on their phones or their TVs, and they won't have that refresh rate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you won't see 60 frames anyway, so they've probably got that information, that data somewhere, and they've just weighted up, going, odds
not really worth the work.
It's really worth the extra work with every fucker at home, but still, that's annoying. I would like them in the following day or two then to upload the whole thing again on their channel or something in
4K on YouTube. Yeah,
4K, yeah. And it gives the full quality, even after it's finished.
Yeah, when they've done the work and
let's go through. What do you think they open the show with? What game?
They're not going to open the show with the game. I reckon they'll open the show with the console.
Really?
Yes. So
I bet you we won't even see the console.
The ad that was mentioned from Twitch was the console. It wasn't the console, but it was the controller. It was like a slow-mo of the controller with the glowing.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling we've got to. I have a feeling we're going to see the hardware. Even just not even like in live, we might just see a picture of it, and that'll be it. But I think they might open with that and then go, all right, these are the games you're getting on this platform, on this console that you can now see. But I think we'll see some Last of Us, obviously. Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
You reckon you can see the Last of Us? I don't think they'll put that. They would not. I don't think they'll stick that anywhere near this fucking production.
You reckon?
No, I think they just want that. They want PS4 and Last of Us associated together.
Yeah, true.
Not people holding out for the. I don't know. No, maybe you're right. Well, we'll just go around. So you reckon they're going to open the show with the console? What do you think they're going to open the show with? Because it's an hour-long segment. It's pretty long. It's near the equivalent of a E3 press conference.
I do think they're going to open it with a game, but I don't know what game.
Right, yeah. I think they're going to open it with Demon's Souls Remastered.
If it's got anything to do with the video that they released the other week of them testing out the new Unreal Engine, I reckon there might be like a new Tomb Raider or something that they haven't talked about, but I don't know.
Ooh, that'd be a tough sell. Tomb Raider's always been associated with Xbox for a while now, hasn't it?
Quite heavily, yeah. I mean, Call of Duty was the same. They switched over.
But if they want to show the power of the new PS5 and stuff, that would be the game to do it. Or Uncharted, one that's got a very all the rocks and all the different scenery and everything going on in the game. Like Tomb Raider's always been very visually beautiful kind of game.
An open vista, you reckon? Have you played Demon's Souls?
I haven't, no.
Where do you see some of those locations in that game? Like, I hope they open.
Are they really going to open with a remaster though?
That's a good point. Maybe not. That might be.
We might see it. Might be like a mid-roll thing, but I don't think we'll see it.
The thing is that it'd be a huge game. A lot of people would be, because everyone at the moment is very high on FromSoft games. Like, they're loving FromSoft games.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't get to play Demon's Souls. It's not on PC. You got to go back and buy it on PS3 if you want to play it.
Are they actually remastering it though, or are they just doing what like they did with Mafia 2 and 3 and just buffing the graphics up?
There's no confirmation if they're even doing anything, but Blue Point Games, who did Shadow of the Colossus, which was a complete remake of the game, they're the ones that are teasing that they might be doing it. So if it's coming from them, they are the masters of remaking games completely.
Yeah, like that's one thing that's been annoying me about the whole games lately. They keep throwing away around remastering this, and you play it, and they've just buffed the graphics up on it. Like, I know Mafia 1 they're completely remaking, but Mafia 2 they've just buffed the graphics up, and if I wanted to look at that, I would have just gone playing on the PS3 again.
Yeah, that's a big difference, I think, between a remake and a remaster. A remaster, I think, is just like a HD coat of paint, pretty much. Better frames, better resolution. Where to me, like a remake is, you're either rechanging the original in some form, or you're being very faithful to the original, but just really upgrading everything there is about it, which what Bluepoint games are known for. They're really, really good at what they do. But Puppies is right. Opening it up with that could be...
It could go against them a little bit. Could you imagine? It's like, oh, just you see the chat, fucking remasters, old content.
Yeah.
Maybe
what do
you
you
get a new IP.
Yeah.
Something that's like
Gran Turismo could be on there as well as an opener.
I guess it would be, yeah.
Because that's been a long time since we've had one of those. And that would be... They always seem to showcase those types of racing games on new hardware because they can just laser focus and make them look hyper realistic and just insane. People love them.
What if we got something from Insomniac? Not necessarily Spider-Man, but we saw something from Insomniac Games. Something new.
What? No, I don't think you would. Considering how much Spider-Man made them.
Oh, yeah.
So you would you'd
no
have
doubt
to.
They're working on another Spider-Man, but imagine if they'd been working on something else in the time between then as well.
I don't know if they would have even had enough time before Sony bought them, because Sony only recently got them like a year ago.
Yeah. But
So it wasn't
been working on a new project before that as well. They could have had.
They could be. I would love them to bring back the Resistance series, like not remastered ones or anything. Bring back like a new entry into that. Or even just you could even soft reboot the entire thing, I guess, because a lot of people might not have played it.
It has been a while since that's been out too, so
yeah, it's PS3 days. I didn't even see the PS4. What do you think they closed the show with? So I've obviously gone Horizon Zero Dawn. I think is the big one to close the show with. What do you reckon, Puppies?
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement there. It'll be Horizon Zero Dawn 2. They'll close with for sure. Such a big title to do it with too.
Oh yeah, definitely. What do you reckon?
I reckon they're going to close it with Turn the Lights Off.
Well,
I do agree though. I do agree though with both of you on that one. I think that's if they're going to close it with something, that would be what they need to close it with, because they want to open the show with the wow factor and close it with the wow factor, so everyone's like, "Oh, I want to go and buy that now."
Yeah, no others. We could see Silent Hill game on there. Yeah, the old remakes. I think of the Demon's Souls one. We also could see we're obviously going to be seeing a lot of third-party stuff. We're going to see, you're going to see Assassin's Creed, maybe even Elden Ring. That would be huge.
Elden Ring would be huge if they got that, yeah.
If that showed up there, because no one's seen it yet. We've also got Rocksteady's new game, the new Batman that we know is coming. It's there, it's ready to go, because they were ready to roll for E3. Maybe that shows up there as well. They've always had a pretty good thing with Sony. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be a fucking good show, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's going to be busy for us next week. That's for damn sure.
I'm working that day, so I'm going to have to watch it. It goes for an hour. My break goes for an hour. So my break is set. I'm going to be sitting there at work, my headphones in, watching it on my phone, but I'll have headphones in at least.
You have to work at 6 in the morning.
What's that? I'm not going to work at 6 in the morning. God, no.
I'll
watch it during the day.
I'll be right.
You'll be right, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I'm ready for
it. It's going to be good. I like it. It'll be good to see something sizable from PlayStation, because it's got a lot of little teasers and stuff, but something with a bit of girth to kind of chew on.
A bit of girth is good.
Bit of girth to chew on, you know.
I love a bit of girth in this show, don't you? And it'll also in the following day, the same day actually, at 5 p.m. We get the Last of Us 2 reviews.
We do, yes.
All the embargoes lift. It is it's a big week for Sony.
Yeah. I think they're gonna pull out all the stops. I mean, they've watched Xbox kind of fumble at the last couple of presentations, and now they're time to just come out and just be absolutely baller with it and win the crowd, and then nothing Xbox does after this will matter.
pretty much.
It'll be like, yeah, but Sony did this. Did you do that? And Xbox like, well, no, we did this, and yeah, it won't matter anymore.
Halo
Or
Infinite.
Xbox. On to our final story of the night. An old favorite of ours, Destiny 2. Their studio, Bungie. The next game may be a little more whimsical. I love that word. It's great. Whimsical is a great word. Very little is known about Bungie's next IP, but a series of job listings have revealed some minor details about the title. One of the job listings for an incubation investment designer. Imagine explaining your parents that's what you did for a living.
What the fuck is that?
You are the glue between the sword and the reward.
What? That doesn't explain anything.
You will work in tandem with our sandbox and economy teams to build and distribute items to our players. Living inside a giant database of hundreds of baubles, weapons, and armor is nothing new to you, and neither is building a system to cleverly distribute those items in a necromancer's dungeon. It is unclear whether in fact the game will actually have necromancers in their dungeons, or this is just a totally abstract way of Bungie being crafty with words, as they traditionally can be. The listing also mentions having experience with an RPG game system at any scale. A second job listing for Incubation Senior Lead Combat Designer.
You gotta have the senior incubator.
Senior Incubator, yeah. You gotta supervise the incubations. Mentions AI combat systems and player character perks, pointing to the game having at least PvE elements. If it's not entirely PvE, Bungie filed a trademark for Matter back in 2018, which has been speculated to be the new working title for the IP. A third job listing, originally spotted in February for an incubation art director. They love this word, don't they? I'm not making this up. Mentions working on something comedic with light-hearted and whimsical characters, which implies the game will have a much lighter tone than Destiny.
Whimsical. There's your word again.
Whimsical incubation.
Oh, man, what are Bungie up to? Like they're a huge studio now. They are monstrous.
Since they went independent, they're either the largest or second largest independent studio now.
Yeah, I think only Rockstar beats them, isn't it?
No, I think it was CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. Oh, that.
Yeah, it's one of those two at the top now. They were very close together as far as developer numbers and size and stuff like that. But this will be interesting.
Could this be the Tencent? Oh, but they got Tencent back. This might be the Tencent thing.
This is I 100% reckon this is the Tencent game that they've been working on.
For the Chinese market.
Yeah. So it could be something. I mean, wasn't there talk of this being like a mobile-esque game, like very basic, at some point? I think I read some rumors about that somewhere a while back when when the acquisition was first kind of made.
Yeah, well, Bungie's got Destiny 2 is free to play now, and moving into the mobile market could be a thing.
Could be, especially if it's Tencent. I know they kind of try and push that market because it's quite popular. It makes a lot of money for a lot of people.
Yeah. It's Raid Shadow Legends 2, the sequel. That's what they're working on.
Raid Matter Legends.
Raid Matter Legends. Yeah, Whimsical Edition.
Whimsical Edition. Lightheartedly level your heroes.
Incubator DLC. Now, Bungie have got a lot on. I think
they do.
Tomorrow, isn't it? It's tomorrow for the reveal. Where they're taking the future of Destiny, future of that franchise. I think that's going to be a pretty big thing for them. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a big thing for them. But I think with the state of the game at the moment that's in, with a lot of the crowd not very happy with it, and bleeding player numbers off, they need a big showing.
They need a big win. I mean, they had that live event the other day. That
can you talk us through
time. The live event.
Yeah. Do you know what happened?
Right. Yeah. So what happened is for those who remember the first the first kind of stories are Destiny 2, like the final story where you're on board the Almighty and you disable it. And there's a whole heap of kind of stuff weaved throughout the seasons, but basically what's happened is the Cabal have decided to crash the Almighty, which was the thing that was supposed to absorb the sun and blow up our planet. They're crashing it into the Earth. They set a course. This kind of things from this kind of happened through the last 11 seasons, or 10 seasons that they did, and it was kind of things happening in the background for that. And so, as their live event, they've had this season, especially the Almighty, in the tower skybox. So you can see it from the tower. And
okay.
it slowly started getting bigger. And so what they did is they held an actual live event, very similar to what like Fortnite did. Everyone goes on and they can watch this big thing happen in the world together. So you had hundreds of people in the tower, like just watching the Almighty slowly, very slowly come toward Earth. The whole thing went for about 4 hours of this.
What?
It was long. Oh no,
could you only watch it from the? Could you only
watch it from the tower?
Oh, that was it. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, not 4 hours, 45 minutes. It felt like 4 hours for some people. But so you slowly watch that coming down, and throughout the story as well, you'd help Rasputin, the AI Warmind, get up to full power because he sensed the threat of the Almighty, and that's how that all started. And you have to fully power him up through this season so he could shoot it out of the sky as it came careening towards Earth, which happens. So you get this. Rasputin shoots it down and explodes, and then there's a large chunk of it lands in the mountains behind the tower. So that kind of the backside. So people are speculating that will be our new kind of patrol area we'll be going to in the next season.
Yeah. So was it like fully animated, like a real-time thing? Like you could actually see the Almighty like blasting and falling to bits and flying past the tower and
smoke
particles and shit everywhere and
everything. When the impact happened, everything in the tower went white. The Guardians were actually like players were actually knocked around a bit as well. So think of like like the Warsat public events when you stand next to them, you kind of get blasted back a bit. Same kind of thing. So there was a physical effect on the players in the tower. All the NPCs stopped and watched it. There was people taking NPCs taking selfies. Zavala was watching it, and he shields his eyes when the explosion happens. So there was a lot of interactivity throughout the tower. It was really, really cool to see.
That is really good. That is good shit.
Yeah. The problem was
took so damn long.
There was that, and nothing happened immediately afterwards.
Oh yeah, because the end of the season and okay.
Yeah, so people were a little bummed about that. They feel like Bungie missed the mark, which I get. It's
their first crack at it.
Yeah, it's their first crack. It would have been nice to have like even just a mission pop up, go and explore this area or something. Part of the tower gets damaged as well, which is interesting. That was an immediate effect. You can go there and get a
piece of scrap.
Yeah, you get like a banner, whatever they call it. I can't remember now. Emblem.
Yeah. Emblem. Yeah, right. No, but that is a see, it's funny because like when Fortnite first did this, or Epic Games, sorry, first did this whole notion of a live event within a game and getting players to watch this thing happen. I remember we talked about like how long do you think this will take for other games to try, because it's a really cool fucking thing. It's super neat, especially if you nail it, and you can do some pretty cool stuff. I mean, Epic Games are going into totally different places now with it, but it looks like Destiny are one of the first ones to work out what Bungie's doing, how to kind of do their own thing. It must be fucking uber difficult to work that out, to get that to work in your engine and everything on top of that.
Definitely.
It's not something that could easily be done. I imagine it would have been a fucking pain in the ass for them to do, but it's good that they tried it out, and it's good that they've had a training run with it, because Destiny, if there's any other game out there, this one is made for that type of shit, for those live events and super cool moments like that.
Like world-altering events and stuff.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, there's so many things you could do, and you could do it on all the different planets. That is nuts. Imagine watching the Leviathan come in and totally wipe out I don't know, Mercury, which
Or just
no one would care.
watch
But
Io get eaten, like even through the season, just Io just continuously gets eaten.
yeah, that would be cool. I would be back in Destiny in a heartbeat if they were going to be doing similar
things. The coolest
things.
part about it was tied in. It was very much tied into the lore. So like all the story from Destiny, like the original Destiny 2 launch, leading up to that moment, led to that live event. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't exactly planned like that. They went, oh, hey, we can do this really cool thing probably a few seasons out and started building it. But still really cool to see it really tied in with the world. Not, oh, by the way, something's coming towards us. It has consequence to the story and the lore of Destiny and what's happening around that. I think is really fucking cool.
What do you think, Whippy? You gonna get in it because you're a Destiny fan, aren't you? Nope.
Nope, we're having some technical issues tonight, dude. Dudes and dudettes.
Keeps going down the old mute rabbit hole. These things happen though. I'm very keen to see what they show off tomorrow morning.
Yes, I'm probably gonna be up for it because I think it's at 2 a.m. our time. So I'll probably hang around and watch it. Because no doubt.
So we're gonna see next season and fall expansion. They're
gonna be talking about next season.
September for the big.
Actually announced anything about yet, which is unusual for Bungie. There's been some leaks, some data mine stuff, as there always is because people are assholes. But no one's heard anything from Bungie about the next season or the next expansion at all. There's been a couple of cutscenes that they've shown, and that's it. And that was only this week. But normally by now we know a lot more information about what's going on and what's to be expected. Bungie have left this totally. They're leaving it totally to the moment, which is pretty cool too. It'd be interesting.
I've seen Luke Smith, he's the game director, isn't he? Or I don't know, one of the
game director, yeah, one of them.
He has said that no one is prepared for how big this expansion is, which is exciting.
I'm keen.
He's keen.
Yeah. Good.
I fixed my mic. I'm even more keen about that.
How long have you been playing Destiny 4, Whip?
I got Destiny 1 the day it came out the day it came out I started playing Destiny 1. I got Destiny 2 a bit after it came out though. Then jumped into that and started playing the hell out of it. I wasn't a fan to a degree of Destiny 2 though, because I feel like they made it a heap easier than Destiny 1, which I've just felt like Destiny 1 was a little bit more of a challenge.
Oh, definitely. I think they know they gotta know by now their mistakes they made with Destiny 2.
Have you yeah, what are your thoughts on the whole season, the seasonal changes, man? How have you been feeling about that? Or have you not dove into it since?
I haven't dived into it much.
Fair enough, that's alright. Alright. But I'm excited, man. I think it's gonna be good. It's nice to be excited about Destiny stuff for a minute. I always seem to get excited with the expansions. Like the seasons, I'm like, okay, cool.
Same. You and I are speaking the same language here, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it'll be good. I'm happy to be moderately excited about it. Still
just
apprehensive.
Get rid of those seasons. Which I said it before. Get rid of the seasons. Just go away. Unless they're going to do these cool live event type things, and they can sprinkle that type of stuff in and whatnot. But yeah, give me. From what I've seen about the big expansion, everyone I know, that I know on the social, is just pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
looking forward to the reveal. They're looking forward to everything. There's everything going on, especially with the little teasers they've been releasing about, the Drifter.
The Drifter cruising out to
wherever they are.
Moons of Saturn.
Europa, isn't it?
Yeah, Europa and Eris Morn as well. We've seen
Eris is going over there as well. Yeah, man. And if this expansion here, which again I've heard it is also chopped out of Destiny 3.
Yep.
Hopefully it leads into the darkness sub-power. I want the darkness powers to be fucking finally a thing. We know they're there. Yes. We know it's going to happen. Give us new subclasses.
I want to take those Dorito chips and dip them in some cool ranch dressing.
Doritos chips in regards in the reference to the black pyramids that are
Black
finally
Pyramids,
rocking up.
yes.
Yeah, excited. So yeah, again, we will have a lot to talk about next week.
It's gonna be a chunky episode next week, man. If like
Yep.
Sony and Destiny and
Don't worry, I'm not going camping or anything. All right, I'll be here, ready to
Don't
roll.
leave me alone. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
But that is all we have for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening, watching, hanging out, putting up with the myriad of technical issues we've been dealing as well. I do apologize. We're getting better at this whole YouTube thing eventually, I swear. Whippy.
It's only the second one.
Only the second one, yeah, it's fine. We'll get it down eventually. Whippy, where can the wonderful people find you on the internet?
Mixer, Twitter, anywhere you want. Twitter, WhippyXD.
Anywhere with a working microphone, he's all over it.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah, I'm a bit ready to throw this microphone at the window. So
we can see you. Obviously, not many other people can. But yeah, we can see you trying to tinker with it to get it working.
I just keep pulling the power cord out of the back of it and plugging it back in, hoping that's working.
Mate, you should work for Telstra or someone.
Yeah.
Just unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah, you'd be all over it.
All over it. Gray, where can they find you, my friend?
The same places, mate, that you can always find me on Twitter if you want to talk to me about games or whatever, and over on YouTube for reviews and other gameplay thingies. I haven't even worked out a name for it yet. Got the Man-Eater one coming up next. About 3/4 of the way working through it, so that should be good. Then Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What about you, man?
You can find me on Mixer and Twitter at deft_puppies with a Z. If you would like to get in touch with the cast, you can find us over on Twitter at left_pod. Also on a YouTube channel where you can catch the podcast live or the replay after it has gone live. Just search Two Left Thumbs Podcast. We are desperately working on that 100 subscriber milestone. So help us out. Give us a follow. Come catch the live cast and say hi. Come watch all the fun and technical issues that we are having with it. But we are here live streaming every 9 p.m. AEST Tuesday nights here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful week. Get excited. Lots of announcements. And we shall see you next time. Bye.
Bye.